How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another fun at-home table read. Tonight, we are tackling a true obscure film. That's right, the sequel to the popular monster movie, Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes, or Return of the Killer Tomatoes, whatever. I can't even remember the title anymore. But we got a fantastic cast tonight. I cannot wait to see how this one's going to turn out. So, starting us off.
I'm Cate. I will be reading the action description.
I'm Erik. I'll be reading the role of Chad.
I'm Angi, and I'm reading Tara.
I'm Logan. I'll be reading Matt.
I'm Anne. I will be Professor Gangrene.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Mary. I am Finletter.
Hello, I'm Travis, and I'll be reading Igor.
And I'm George, and I'll be Sam Smith.
Awesome. Well, Cate, take us away.
All right. Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Written by John DeBello, Costa Dillon, Stephen Peace. Transcribed by, is that a green tomato? Interior, the Tuesday night. Oh, sorry, it froze again. Interior, the Tuesday night movie. Lame piano music introduces Channel 73 $1 movie. The host, Bob Downs, walks to a table, straightening his microphone. Oh. Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon $1 movie. He rests his hand on a cheap plastic pot of gold next to a telephone. I'm your host, Bob Downs, but of course you know that already. Today we have a cinema classic for you, The Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Sounds like a real winner, doesn't it? He spins a small bingo wheel, the letters inside tumbling. Now, some lucky viewer today, if they know the secret word, will have a chance to win our pot o' gold jackpot, which today is up to... He gestures grandly to a large board, which clicks off the crazy high prize money, aka jack shit. $9.22. Wow. He looks back to camera, realizes he's looking at the wrong one, then catches himself. Wow, and all you have to do to win is know our secret word when I call. He's hosting the hell out of the show, trying his best. It's a common household word, one used all the time, and our secret word today is the. Okay, now on with the show. He jumps over to a small couch setup and grabs the popcorn. Okay, let's all get comfy now. Are you comfy? Good. Roll them. Sid, who's just waiting for the check to clear, rolls the footage. The lights go down and Bob eats his popcorn hungrily. The film counts down and starts. Exterior beach later. A bountiful batch of bouncing bikini-clad beauties runs towards camera. The guy at the beach dance waiting for the ladies.
It's a bitchin' life when you're out of school. You don't have to dress up, it's okay for you to do. Gonna jump in my winnie, gonna play my guitar and take my socks off. Like poetry in motion, like a perfect wave. Gonna ride with the wind, spend the money I saved. Cause summer's here and I got nothing to do but get my rocks off.
And the girls dance with the guys as the title flashes on screen. The singer sings it out.
When those big-breasted girls go to the beach and take their tops off. Ooh.
Hey, Sid, is this the right flick? We're supposed to be showing something called Return of Killer Tomatoes. On screen, the teens dance badly, obscuring the nudity behind the PG rating.
Yeah, but I like this one better.
Yeah, me too, but we showed it 3 times last week.
Okay.
The film tears and starts over. Exterior home of Professor Gangrene. An obvious painting of the house. I mean, a real establishing shot of a real house. Interior Professor Gangrene's labs moments later. Science shit. Beakers and files, all smoking and full of chemicals. Eventually, we settle on Professor Mortimer Gangrene with Tara standing beside him. Gangrene stares at a tomato. Oh, I would hope there's tomatoes in this. He eyes it crazily, picking it up.
Glove!
She gloves him before dabbing the sweat from his brow. He laughs and puts the tomato in a chemical solution. After a moment, he pulls it out and puts in a small chamber on a pedestal. He turns to Tara.
Earplugs.
She puts on a large pair of headphones, old school noise canceling.
Quarter.
He doesn't realize she can't hear him. He turns to face her.
Quarter.
She pulls open an ear so she can hear.
Quarter?
She hands him one, and he slots it into a jukebox with a smirk. He pushes a button and the chamber is filled with techno music. The tomato glows and turns into a buff commando holding a machine gun. Gangrene grunts with success and pushes another button. Classical music plays and the commando turns back into a tomato. Gangrene opens the chamber with pride, laughing evilly. Tara eyes him inquisitively, still unable to hear.
Success! This time we shall not fail!
He looks directly at camera. Gangrene glares and grits his teeth at the camera, mugging it up. Tomatoes splat into the camera as the opening theme starts. The title appears on screen, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The word attack is crossed out and replaced with return. Cars explode as military vehicles drive through hordes of tomatoes.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Massive tomatoes roll down the street. A mob of people charge at the tomatoes.
The theme song still remains the same. The plot itself has hardly changed. A guaranteed bet for fortune and fame.
A newspaper headline, VT Day, tomatoes squashed.
Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Interior Finletter's montage. Herman Farbage stuffs a newspaper reading Finletter Hero with a picture of him.
Remember Herman Farbage, who was taking out the garbage. It seems he wasn't killed at all. He fought tomatoes to a stall. His TV show premieres this fall.
Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes.
Farbage puts a pizza monstrosity on the table, covered with chocolate syrup, marshmallows, M&Ms, and pineapple, because pineapple belongs on pizza, y'all. Another newspaper headline reads, Congress bans tomatoes. Another pizza monstrosity is eaten, this one with peanut butter, gummy bears, and anchovies. Anchovies do not belong, though.
We have no mighty shoguns, no flying spaceships or explosions.
On a board out front, the specials of the day are listed as such. Raspberry jam calzone, peanut butter gummy bear combo, Finletter's famous deep fried fish pizza, Hero's special pizza with chocolate.
Fun cars or Top Gun jets, no real expensive fancy sets.
Chad, our hero, ties a pizza to the back of his scooter and takes off.
But a deal we've cut for vid cassettes. Oh, we made an offer he couldn't refuse. So sit back as now the show starts. Part 2 of only 2 parts. But if this film does well, you see, we're sure to know predictably it won't be long until part 3.
Chad pulls up to a large, spooky house, the yard work all being done by tomato commandos. He pulls the pizza from the back of the scooter. He approaches the door, which opens with an 80s sex sax flourish. There stands Tara, a nice black dress. Chad walks up to her, clearly nervous.
Hi, Tara. I brought your pizza. 1 pepperoni, extra cheese, and boysenberry sauce.
He thinks that saying these words is flirting. He could not be more wrong.
Well, enjoy.
He sighs to himself, thinking he nailed it, and turns back to his scooter. He climbs on and looks back at her.
Say, what do you and the professor do up here, if you don't mind me asking?
The professor continues his research in gene splicing, just as he did at the university.
So do you ever come to town? I never see you, or him, but especially I never see you. I see, I guess then you're doing research too. Are you his daughter or what?
I'm his lover. I also cook and clean.
The tomato commandos grunt angrily from beside him, stabbing the shit out of a few potted plants, absolutely obliterating them. Another hammers a piece of wood clean in half because he missed a nail.
They are gardeners and carpenters. They are not tomato men.
Okay, well, just remember, Finletters for all your pizza needs.
He rides away as a tomato man growls after him. Exterior Finletters later. Chad rides up.
U.S. Custom.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's you.
Fuck you, Travis. Hang on. U.S. Customs officials report that tomato smuggling is at its highest level since the Great Tomato War.
Chad hops off his scooter. Interior Finletters continuous. On a TV screen, the smarmy TV toothman is reporting.
We were there at the border this afternoon when customs officials busted this car.
On the news, the customs officers forced some dude to open his trunk. In the shop, Wilbur Finletter watches, shaking his head in disgust.
Officials say that most of those arrested with the illegal vegetables are young people. They speculate that growing up in the years since the Great Tomato War, this new generation has no fear of the potential danger involved.
On the news, the customs officer pulls handfuls of tomatoes out of the teen's trunk. Behind the counter, Matt Stevens, a little Clooney, tosses dough.
It is a danger I remember well. Turn the damn channel, will you? There's gotta be something better than this.
Matt tosses the dough into the air a few times.
You want me to change the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He tosses the dough into the air, but it doesn't come down. Matt crosses over the TV and changes the channel.
This is Full Contact America's Cup Yacht Racing.
Matt turns to them for approval. This will do.
Welcome to the smorgasbord of sports, and day 296 of the most exciting event in the world. It's the United States versus England.
On screen, a yacht crashes into a crew of pirates from black and white movie. Travis was obviously driving.
A rematch of a great rivalry going back some 200 years. Today, both boats are being severely tested, as both...
Finletter changes the channel back.
The youth of America. Come on!
Matt sighs. This is clearly not the first time Finletter has done this.
And as it is with other illegal substances, the youth...
Matt changes the channel back.
It's gonna be close.
Finletter angrily changes it back again.
They never seem to learn. Remember, just say...
Channel change.
There's a front side. Direct hit. You've gotta love it.
Change.
To one of society's...
What? Come on, look, who cares about tomatoes?
Finletter has seen some things, man, and some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it.
Listen, son, you weren't there. We let them sneak in and who knows what it'll lead to.
The customers groan as Chad enters. Matt gives the customers a sorry, he's crazy gesture as Chad approaches the counter.
Not again.
Back so soon? Strike out already?
I can barely get anything out of her besides her name. Would you believe that she's old Gangrene's girlfriend?
Don't tell me that old Looney Tune's got a girlfriend.
What? Chad? You got a girlfriend?
No, not me. I wish. Uncle Wilbur, Gangrene, that nut on the hill.
Oh, Gangrene. Bad apple. Never did trust that fella.
You know, a lot of people thought he must have had more to do with the Great Tomato Uprising that never came out. Never even proven, though. Nothing proven.
But that was a long time ago, boys. Things were different then.
Matt makes a pizza between them with gusto.
Tomatoes were illegal. You could find them anywhere.
Hey, Chad, there he goes again.
Sometimes I sure miss pizza with tomato sauce.
All right, that's one medium coconut with anchovies and strawberry jam.
Right here.
On you.
And hands him the pizza.
I remember the first day they moved into the fields. Nobody really took it seriously then, but before long they were in the suburbs and then in the inner cities.
Chad and Matt roll their eyes. Here he goes again.
Television stations began to cover. The media made a big deal.
Chad pats him on the shoulder and walks away, as does Matt.
At first, people ignored it. Then they got scared. You should have seen it. But some of us were there. We held the line.
Exterior, flashback time. Soldiers run through the streets as explosions explode.
I remember the day we lost Arkansas.
Large tomatoes roll after an innocent woman in the parking lot.
Before you knew it, the war was raging from coast to coast.
Tomatoes chase people down the street to the right.
Seattle fell.
Same people run to the left.
Then Boston.
Back to the right.
Los Angeles.
To the left, to the left.
And Baltimore.
An image of clearly San Francisco. Seriously, you can see Alcatraz.
Soon they even reach New York City itself.
New York, the subtitle lies. Yeah, fuck it. It's New York, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. I'll go home. A car explodes elsewhere.
They hit us every way imaginable, on land, underwater, even in the air.
A tomato launches into the water. A helicopter spirals through the air and crashes.
It got so bad, even the mere mention of the word caused panic.
A troll sits in a packed library. I mean, not a Lord of the Rings troll, but like the douchey kind.
Tomato.
Yeah, Travis is a troll. Everyone screams and runs out of the library.
Someone was behind all this, but who? Uncle Sam assembled a crack team to find out.
A scuba diver jumps into a public fountain.
There was Greg Colburn, my old buddy and intrepid underwater expert.
A man sits in a shitty tomato costume amidst two large tomatoes.
Sam Smith, master of disguise, and, of course, yours truly, Lieutenant Wilbur Finletter.
Finletter is dragged from the back of a car.
You see, the key was music. Music made them grow. Only music could make them shrink.
Tomatoes come down a ramp towards a squad of humans.
But not just any music. Oh no. One song in particular. Puberty Love. The worst song ever recorded.
One of the members of the crowd points to someone. Turn on the record player. Everyone covers their ears.
When we blasted over the stadium loudspeakers, nothing ever sounds so wonderfully awful. With the shrinking tomatoes in full retreat, I ordered the charge, and the rest, as they say, is history.
The humans charge towards the large tomatoes. The tomatoes start to retreat as a phone rings. Hello, $1 movie.
Okay. Is this a new movie or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? It looks like they threw a lot of old scenes together to save money. Only an idiot would put shit like this together. I mean, really.
Shut up, troll. Shut up, troll. It's the wrong number.
I guess sometimes this all sounds like a old movie, but we squashed the tomatoes and captured the mastermind.
Interior prison. Guards lead Jim Richardson down to his cell as he struggles all the way.
Jim Richardson, the press secretary to the president of the United States himself. But Richardson will be behind bars for a long time. And we owe it all to a handful of brave souls and a catchy little tune called Puberty Love.
Richardson is thrown into his cell and the guards walk away. Interior Professor Gangrene's home later. Tara vacuums as Professor Gangrene paces through the room wearing his original Gomez Adams suit.
Puberty Love. Ugh! Puberty Love. It was a fluke, and in 1 in a million shot. Who would have thought that one horrible song would shrink those giant tomatoes I worked so hard to create? This time, music will be our victory, not our defeat.
Tara vacuums over a snake who lets out a small ow. Gangrene turns angrily as Tara gasps.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Idiot! You've hurt Larry. You will never know what it is to love and be loved. Emotions are for people, not vegetables.
These words sting her.
Igor, come.
In walks a normal-looking dude. Just a blonde guy in a basic suit. He smiles as he stops in the doorway.
Sir, it is my pleasure to respond to your immediate needs.
I don't know, looks like a troll to me. Igor walks over to Gangrene and extends a hand for a shake.
I'd just like to say that I am
Listen to me, pretty boy. I know you're hanging around till something opens up in the TV news field, but it does not look right for a noted misanthrope of my stature to have a servant who looks Like you.
I'm sorry, sir. I mean, master. I realize I'm somewhat of a disappointment to you. How's this?
Igor messes up his face and walks across the room like a weird ass, trying to emulate the original Igor walk, but with a big goofy grin on his face.
Oh, come on.
Gangrene walks away and Igor walks after him.
Igor!
Interior Professor Gangrene's lab moments later. Gangrene enters and puts on his lab coat. Igor starts wheezing, trying to be even weirder.
Cut that out!
Igor straightens up as Tara pokes her head into the lab. Gangrene puts on a large glove and pulls a large furry tomato from a vat of liquid.
Mutant! No telling how it could affect the transformation process. Get rid of it!
Okay.
Tara gasps. Igor puts the small tomato in a bag. Gangrene smiles and grabs another tomato. Exterior Professor Gangrene's home. Igor tosses the bag into a large trash can.
So long, sponge face.
The tomato whimpers pitifully. Exterior town center later. A large sign reads, "Win a date with Rob Lowe." Ew.
Oh, he is so sexy.
Can you believe it?
I know.
A long line of women stand ready to enter this contest.
Like, I wonder where we'll go for dinner.
Now, can you prove to me that you're 18?
No, I don't just.
I'm sorry, you can't enter. Thank you.
I thought Rob liked. Never mind. Matt looks at her clipboard as she walks away. Chad swings up behind Matt and grabs a seat.
I had a heck of a time finding you here.
I told you, I'd be at the shoe store. Okay, ladies, now I need your name, your phone number, your address, and a picture. Please do not forget the picture. Thank you.
The ladies smile and nod, making sure they've got the required checklist.
What the hell are you doing?
Want to blow my science project?
What science project? Running a scam contest?
A girl zips by on roller skates and puts a clipboard in front of the men. Then another girl on skates, then another, and another.
What are these girls going to do when they find out there's no winner?
Oh, no problem. You see, I graciously invite them out to dinner, and then I present them with the second place prize.
Chad gestures to Matt.
It's me.
Yeah, spare me. I give up. Listen, Uncle Wilbur wants us to work tonight.
No, can't do that tonight. You see, that's Nancy over there, and she's looking to bribe the judge.
You?
Yeah, it's me.
I figured. Thanks a lot, pal.
Hey, you think your buddy, your pal, your roommate here?
Schmuck.
Think I'm gonna leave you out in the cold?
Yes.
No. All right. How about okay, see those girls over there? That's Tiffany. There's room for another judge.
Thanks. Ugh. If I want a girl, I don't need your help.
Okay. All right. Suit yourself. Suit yourself.
Chad hops up and leaves.
Ladies, did I mention the Playboy centerfold opportunity?
Exterior Professor Gangrene's home. Tomato men patrol as Tara sneaks through the door. She crosses to the trash and pulls out the fuzzy tomato, who's still whimpering.
Don't worry, little brother. I'll protect you. I don't mind that you're a fuzzy tomato. Fuzzy tomato. FT. That will be your name. FT.
Lightning cracks overhead. Tara looks at the sky and her eyes glow red. Rain begins to fall in front of the obvious matte painting. Exterior Finletters. Later. Rain pours.
Chad Finletter, Zen master of the fine art of pizza building, will attempt the ultimate pizza.
Interior Finletters continuous. Chad is making a pizza. He's so invested in this process and listening to music that he totally misses Tara walking through the door, her clothes soaked from the rain.
He calls upon his muses for inspiration and begins. Anchovies, yes, of course. Raisinets, gummy bears, why not? Kiwi. They laughed at me in Vienna, but now the final master stroke, a dab of peanut butter. I wonder what these things tasted like with tomato sauce. Ah, of course.
He clicks off the radio.
Marshmallows.
He turns, sees Tara, and his abomination tumbles to the floor. Tara looks at Chad, her large headphones still on. She places the sack with FT inside at the foot of the bar.
I was just fooling. You surprised me.
She pulls off the headphones.
Do you want to make love?
Well, do I want to? Just a minute. I'm a little thirsty.
He turns his back to her and throws the whole glass of cola into his face. With a refreshing gasp, he turns back to her. He collects himself.
What did you say?
Do you want to make love?
Maybe you better sit down.
He comes around the bar and crosses to her.
Here, just have a seat. You'll get a little tired.
Would you rather I cleaned up?
No, that's fine. I'll do that later. You see, I work here.
He sits with her.
You wish sex now?
Yes. No, let me get you a towel.
Chad, very confused, leaves to go do just that. FT whimpers in its bag and she pushes it back inside.
Quiet, FT.
Chad returns with the towel.
Here we go. Before you get a chill, I'll let you do that.
He throws the towel over her.
So, did you maybe fall down and bump your head hard? You know, maybe did your mother drop you when you were a baby? You speak much English?
I speak perfect English. I also cook 815 international dishes, perform 637 sexual acts, and use all of the popular home appliances. Shall I cook you something?
No, thank you.
How about a blowjob? Maybe iron your pants?
No!
Jesus, dude, you don't gotta scream. Who doesn't want nicely ironed pants?
Let's talk about something else. The weather, how's the weather?
He could not be more nervous.
Wet, I guess, rain and all that. Not exactly primo night for a stroll. You know what I mean? So, why are you here?
He's nervously kneading dough in his hands.
I ran away. You're the only person I know, so I came here.
Ran away. Why did he hurt you?
Tired, cold. Is this your place of dwelling?
Dwelling? You mean house? Here? No, I don't live here. It's a pizza place. I have an apartment.
Good. Then we'll go there. Take me.
Take me? Yes. Yeah. You're very assertive, you know. But I like that. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to Matt.
She picks up the bag with FT as he puts on his coat. They leave. Exterior apartment complex the next morning. Matt walks up to the building, rolling up his sleeves.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. See, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I do not know the rest of the words to the song. I think I'll make them up. I'm gonna go to my place and wake my best friend up.
Matt reaches the top of the stairs and pats his pockets, not finding his key.
Buddy, I'm home.
Matt just pushes the door open and walks inside. Interior, Chad and Matt's apartment continuous. Matt looks around.
Chad, buddy?
Interior, Chad and Matt's bathroom moments later. Someone showers.
Oh, you should have seen me last night. I was incredible.
Matt starts brushing his teeth, not noticing that the figure behind him in the shower is decidedly less female than his buddy.
See, I gotta tell you, this girl, she's nice and everything, but kind of a weird duck, you know? She's starting to be a flight attendant. I mean, come on, it's like starting to be a meter maid. You just are.
Tara opens the shower door and looks at Matt.
Towel, please.
Matt turns and is caught up in the nudeness. He hands her a towel and turns towards the bedroom.
Chad?
Interior Chad's bedroom moments later. Matt stumbles in, flipping on the light as Chad sleepily wakes up.
What?
Hey, listen. Look, talk fast, because I know that's not your mother out there.
Chad feels for Matt's face.
Never put bananas and raisin nuts on the same pizza.
I won't, because I'm not a monster, Chad. Chad laughs to himself.
You would not believe the weird dream I had last night.
Yeah. Well, it's anything to do with the babe in the bathroom who's going into the kitchen right now. I haven't the slightest.
What? She's real? She's here right now.
Chad runs out of bed and looks at Tara in the kitchen.
Who is she?
Don't ask me. I ate right last night.
What do I do?
Tara looks intensely at a box of detergent.
Well, that depends on what you've done. So think, what happened last night?
Okay, I went to the pizza place. I made a pizza. It started to rain. Tara showed up and wanted to fuck.
Wait, Tara, the girl from the professors, right? That's her. That's Tara. That's great. That's
She pours a large handful of detergent into her hand.
part of me is rubbing off on you. Look, introduce me to your girlfriend.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
You can't pretend she doesn't exist. You should have thought of that before. It's the hazard of the trade. You never go home with someone in the dark that you don't want to see in the light. But it's okay. It's okay because she looks good. She looks very good.
Nope. Nope. No, that's not what I mean. There's something strange about her. She doesn't seem quite all there.
I saw nothing missing.
Matt leaves Chad there and walks into the kitchen. Interior kitchen moments later. Tara pokes at the houseplant.
Hi. I'm Matt Stevens. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Tara.
Oh, greetings, Matt Stevens. Shall I cook you breakfast?
Matt is a little taken aback.
Breakfast. That would be great.
She turns to Chad.
Good morning.
She smiles.
Greetings, Chad. Would you like breakfast as well?
Sure.
Did you enjoy the sex?
Chad coughs. Did she really just ask that?
Sure.
It was my pleasure. I wish to know about your pizza business. Using extensive marketing surveys and the cost ratio analysis, it is possible to significantly improve the productivity and therefore increase the profit margin. Shall we discuss this at breakfast?
Sure.
Good. Then I'll cook toast, eggs, bacon, toast, waffles, and toast.
Wells with pride at the absconds to the kitchen. Matt waves.
Hey, swell.
Matt pats Chad on the shoulder.
That's what I mean.
I see a beautiful woman making us breakfast. We should be this lucky every day.
Yeah, but
Chad, she's sexy, she's smart, she cooks, she cleans. I think you found the perfect woman.
Yeah?
Yeah. So why don't you get dressed?
Okay.
The boys leave. Tara watches them go and then crouches to open a cabinet under the sink, revealing FT. She puts it out and tickles its tomato nose. FT giggles and chirps.
Shh, quiet.
She puts it on the counter and walks away. FT flops over and falls into a sink full of water. She runs over and gets him out of the water.
Oh, FT.
He slips from her grip.
Oh, no.
She hears the boys and throws FT in the microwave. They look into the kitchen and she smiles wide, clearly not hiding anything.
I'm telling you, she's a real cloud jockey.
If I were you,
Laughing. Let me show you something.
Okay.
Interior bathroom moments later. They step into the bathroom and Chad points into the tub. It's filthy. There's an open bag of high nitrogen lawn fertilizer next to the tub.
So she's a little organic.
Exterior home of Professor Gangrene later. The tomato men patrol outside, grunting and flexing. Interior continuous. Gangrene stomps angrily around his parlor.
Tara! Where is that woman? Tara! Tara! Igor!
Igor pretends to report the news on his own sad little newsroom with his teddy bear as his interview. Aww.
The crash left a grisly carnage of bodies strewn throughout the neighborhood, hanging in trees, blood dripping, sir. Do you recognize any of the victims?
No.
Tough break, kid.
Igor,
Gangrene stomps in.
stop clowning around!
Sorry, sir. We were just practicing, you know.
Tara is missing. I have worked for days, weeks, months, years, minutes, seconds to create the perfect woman, and I cannot afford to have my work fall into the wrong hands. Nobody cooks toast like that girl. Nobody. Go, find her.
Listen, is this from a reliable source?
Of course it's from a reliable source, you blonde-headed boob. Now go get the truck.
You mean the KIGR news van?
I don't care what you call it. Go!
No problem.
And don't forget my regular pickup of formula. I need it for my experiments.
Experience, yes. They will continue formula at 11 o'clock, sir.
Experiments, not experience.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sorry, sir.
Damn it, Travis. Igor smiles and runs from the room. Gangrene holds up the teddy bear.
Will you be my friend?
Gangrene rolls his eyes. Interior giant garbage truck. Igor drives a large garbage truck down the road with a shitty sign reading KIGR News on the side. That sounds like a Travis thing. Behind the wheel, Igor turns and smiles at the audience. Igor drives up to a large prison, smiling like a goofy shit the whole time. He pulls to a stop and a guard walks into the window.
Business?
Regular trash pickup.
Okay.
The gate is open and Igor drives inside. Inmates watch the trash truck pull up and Igor jumps out. He crosses to a sign reading detention area. Arrows to really bad guys and another arrow to former White House aides. Sounds about right. Igor goes to the right, past a small shack where several prisoners are hitting golf balls. One inmate drops his ball and chain into Igor's foot as he passes.
Ah!
Igor limps along, walking more like his namesake. A prisoner winds up and cracks Igor in the ass.
Ow!
Show a little respect.
Igor finds who he's looking for and holds his hand to stop his shot. There stands Jim Richardson.
Is everything set?
The teleprompter is cued and the cameras are white balanced.
What?
The teleprompter is cued and the cameras are white balanced.
I know what you said. What do you mean?
A butler crosses to them with champagne.
Poindexter party to the first tee, please. Poindexter to the first tee.
Richardson holds his drink as the butler leaves.
What I mean is, we'll be here Thursday night as planned.
Thursday?
Thursday.
Perfect. They'll never stop us this time.
Richardson takes a sip and spits it out as if it...
This is domestic.
Cut to exterior town date montage. Chad and Tara walk hand in hand through the streets, past a mime juggling. You know what? Fuck that mime. He's creepy and I don't care for him.
Here we are, the two of us together, alone.
The creepy mime runs up to them and starts pawing at Tara, getting a little creepier with every passing second. The mime grabs one of Tara's pigtails and starts to suck his thumb, following them as if he were 3. You're 52, Dale. Your kids miss you. The mime drops her hair and waves goodbye, which could easily be the beginning of a horror movie. Chad shows Tara some jewelry in a shop window.
It doesn't matter whether you and I were meant to be.
Tara runs down to the next shop window. Chad follows and sees what she's more excited about. Toasters! The shop window is full of them, and she kisses Chad excitedly.
Just we two.
She looks through the window at all the shiny chrome toasters, and they're on sale. She grabs his hand and they run inside.
We come from different worlds, and yet our love has grown. A love that the world has yet to taste.
Chad and Tara walk along the beach. From behind them comes that fucking mime again. He runs up to them and just jumps at them and takes off running. Chad has had it with that piece of shit and takes off after him.
Boy, am I glad you're not tomato paste.
Chad and Tara stand against the sunset, kissing tenderly.
So touch me there. You know I like it when you touch me there. Who would ever think that in this big crazy world you'd ever fall in love with me?
They walk along the sunset and Tara sees an adult world and she pulls Chad inside. Tara cracks a small sex whip and Chad clearly can't even see the 20 shades of gray, much less 50.
Tenderly, like a child without care.
Chad turns and there's the goddamn mime. The mime winks at Chad. Is this mime trying to fuck? Because the mime is trying to fuck. The mime gives Chad a big thumbs up. Chad is fed up with this mimey bullshit, as am I, and decks him in the face, sending the mime toppling into the dildo.
Touch me there.
Chad turns back as Tara is testing out handcuffs. Exterior town street later. Chad and Tara walk. Chad clearly uneasy.
Wait, where are we going?
I don't know. I had to get you out of there.
But why? Sex is good. Sex is normal.
The whips and handcuffs are kinky.
Kinky? What's kinky?
That's kinky. Did you see that thing?
Look, a store.
Oh, please, no more toasters.
Come on, come on.
Tara practically drags Chad across the street. Interior Seacoast Natural Foods. Moments later, Tara runs Chad down the aisles looking for something.
Slow down.
I noticed your houseplants seemed a bit undernourished.
Oh?
She finds some plant food on the shelf.
Oh, these are yummy.
Yummy.
For plants.
Oh.
Chad hears a small commotion coming from the back.
Wait. Hold on.
Travis, check this new stuff out.
It's better than last week's stuff you showed me.
Oh, this is the best. Revolutionary.
Chad pokes his head around the corner of the aisle and sees a shady guy pulling handfuls of tomatoes out of his pockets.
Are you sure this is the good stuff, huh?
Oh, trust me. Don't give me no Joe Carcione routine here. This is some of the finest Acapulco red.
I just noticed that this shady cat is actually Richardson. Clever casting or too low a budget to cast a new actor? You decide. Chad looks at Tara as they sneakily watch the steal go down.
Check it out.
The shop dealer licks his finger as Shady Cat pulls a salt shaker out of his coat.
Allow me.
The Shady Cat salts the tomato and the shop owner gives it a small taste. They nod and laugh.
Okay, I'll take it.
Hey, pleasure doing business with you.
The deal done, the men depart, leaving Chad and Tara watching. Chad rests his back against the cooler and Chad darts around another shelf.
Tomatoes! Did you see that? That guy's a smuggler. We've got to call the police or the FBI or somebody.
Over a few tomatoes. They're illegal.
A woman starts shopping behind them.
This keeps up. We'll be up to our necks in
Valerian root powder.
What?
Valerian root powder.
The woman is really excited about her valerian root powder. She turns to leave as Tara gets Chad's attention back.
Horror stories. What do you really know about tomatoes anyway, huh? How would you feel if you'd been raised to be eaten? Wouldn't you rebel at the first opportunity?
What are you talking about, honey? You can't possibly be defending those monsters. They nearly destroyed my uncle and everything else in this country. No way I'm going to defend tomatoes.
Oh, cheap talk for a carnivore.
Exterior fancy restaurant later that night. Chad and Tara pull up outside the restaurant and head inside. Interior, moments later, they're led to their booth, but Tara is still in a bad mood.
Let go.
They sit and she glares at Chad.
Look, I'm sorry I spouted off at you. I guess Uncle Wilbur has been getting to me.
You've got to reject the older generation thinking, Chad. New ideas for new generation. You can't keep fighting the wars over and over for them.
Waiter interrupts before they can get much further.
Welcome to Le Restaurant, the finest in Nouveau California cuisine. We offer 3 specials today for your dining enjoyment. First, baby peas in a piquant white wine sauce. We also feature a broiled oyster in a bed of wild oats. Thirdly, a succulent cut of the finest organically mountain-grown turnips with fresh sprigs of parsley, deliciously seasoned with sea salt and bean sprouts.
Two turnips.
Don't you have any red meat? I don't eat vegetables.
How about a chili dog?
Fine.
Very well, ma'am. May I suggest something from the bar while you're waiting? I recommend the Diet Celery Juice Cooler.
Chad scoffs.
Whatever. Great.
Chad's just ready for this waiter to leave, and he does.
Think about what I said, Chad. Don't let someone else tell you what to fear or what to feel.
Hey, look. There's not a person in here who would have acted any differently. Tomatoes are evil. A good tomato is a squash tomato. Period.
Her eyes glow red, and she pushes the water glass into his lap. He jumps at the water spill.
Ah! Great. Beautiful. What is with you?
Chad leaves for the bathroom, pushing past the violinist. The violinist sees Tara sitting alone and crosses to the table. The violinist perks up and begins to play a classical music. Tara holds her hand in fear and panic. She drops her head to the table and suddenly transforms into a tomato.
No!
The customers notice the tomato on a plate and start freaking the fuck out.
A tomato, oh my god, tomato, tomato!
Everybody runs. The violinist screams as everyone hustles out of the restaurant. Within seconds, the restaurant is clear. The clock on the wall chimes 9:30. The chimes of music from the clock are enough to change Tara back. She lifts her head and looks around at the empty restaurant. Chad comes back from the bathroom a bit shocked at the empty place.
What's going on?
Fire drill?
Well, come on, let's go.
They walk out of the restaurant past the only patron still sitting at their table. They lower their menu to reveal Igor. He smiles and looks back to the menu. Exterior fancy restaurant. Moments later, Chad and Tara exit.
She was screaming something about tomatoes.
Yeah?
Chad hands one of the valets a ticket.
The red convertible.
Igor hands his ticket to the other valet.
The garbage truck.
Igor looks over and sees the TV newsman, from the news.
Mrs. Williams, please be calm. There's nothing to be afraid of.
The newsman looks at camera as Igor swells.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the light there, Jerry. Ma'am, this will just take a second. Here we go. Are you ready?
Wow.
Please bear with us. In 3, 2, 1.
And rolling.
Ma'am, just calm down and tell us what you saw in there.
Well, I was eating it. It was terrible.
Let's save the restaurant review, lady. Just tell us about the tomato.
I was sitting there by myself and this.
Wait a minute. You were alone.
What? Yes.
What's the matter? You couldn't get a date? What about your husband?
He's dead.
Well, was it suicide, maybe?
No, he was killed in the Great Tomato War.
Man, that's ancient history. You should have found somebody by now.
I can't see what this had to do with the whole.
You can't see your feet. Do the words fat cow mean anything to you?
Get away from me. Get away.
She storms off.
This woman is obviously too distraught to talk to our television camera. I'll find someone else. Hey, you with the big nose. That's right, you. How would you like to be on television with Charles White?
Someday, that'll be me.
Igor hides his face as Chad and Tara drive off.
Have a nice evening.
A large garbage truck pulls up. Igor looks at it and shakes his head.
That's not mine.
The valet looks confused. There were two weirdos who drove garbage trucks here. Igor takes off running, coming to a couple stepping out fast, looking out a fast, silver-looking car. He runs past them to his garbage truck, parked next to them. Igor looks at the couple.
Hey, lady, has there been a chase scene in this movie yet?
The woman stops and looks at her watch. No, and it's already 25 minutes old.
Good.
Igor drives away, not going 5 feet before crashing into a wall of cardboard boxes. The couple shakes their head, disappointed. Well, that's the shittiest chase I've ever seen. Low budget movie. Interior Chad and Matt's apartment the next day. Tara looks excitedly at stacks upon stacks of toast as the radio plays.
It's 7:45 and time for this morning's Farm Report, brought to you by Chemco. Remember, it's Chemco for all your agricultural needs.
More toast pops up. She giggles and turns to FT, shushing it. The other room, Matt is reading the Weekly World News. Headline reading, "We'll keep our two-headed baby."
First, a quick look at the commodities board shows a moderate output of grain.
Chad joins Matt sitting next to him.
What did you want to talk to me about?
Matt puts down the paper and gets close.
Listen, buddy, it's about your girlfriend. It's cool that she's staying here and all that, but
But what?
Chad takes a bite of toast.
you see, Give me that. You see that? It's a $2,000 stereo system. She won't let me use it. She hates music. She hates all kinds of music. She hates Mozart and Sinatra and the Grateful Dead. Now, come on, who hates the Grateful Dead?
She loves the Farm Report.
She tapes the Farm Report. She plays it again and again and again.
All right, okay. I'll talk to her.
Tara smells a piece of toast and smiles.
Hailstorms being the major culprit, coupled with reports that the Soviet crop looks unusually good this year.
She adds the toast to a large stack of toast. Matt and Chad watch from the other room.
635 sexual positions?
That's what she says anyway.
At the window, FT sits precariously.
Well, it's definitely a learning experience. Last night she brought in a lawn chair, 6 milk bottles, a tuning fork, and...
FT falls out the window.
FT!
Tara runs outside, leaving Chad and Matt confused.
Dr. Heinrich Gerhard contends that California is ideal for all kinds of nuts and fruits.
The boys run after her. Exterior apartment moments later. Tara runs, looking for her tomato friend.
FT? FT?
Tara!
FT!
Wait!
Exterior city various. FT bounces down the street. FT gets to its feet and turns to see a street sweeper coming towards them. FT falls backwards into an open manhole, racing down the sewer line until it launches out of another manhole a block down. FT bounces off an old mattress and gets flattened against the grill of a passing van. The van stops at the light and FT flies across the street, crashing into an ice cream man's open cart. The ice cream man doesn't notice FT lands. He reaches in for an ice cream and instead pulls out FT. He dips FT into fudge and hands him to a waiting kid. The kid looks kind of disgusted at FT, tries to bite the fudge, hates it, and throws FT in the air. FT lands in a bucket of soapy water at a car wash. One of the girls picks FT up and gets sprayed by a hose. She throws FT airborne. FT comes to a stop and shakes itself dry. It sits in the front of a storefront advertising, new this season, the homeless look. The woman in the storefront looks down and sees FT. She starts freaking out in the shop window, all silently because that glass is apparently soundproof. She shakes the mannequin, desperate to have someone hear her. Oh, right, she can just go outside. She stumbles out of the store and looks down at FT.
Tomato!
People look around the corner, noticing FT. Uh-oh.
Tomato! Kill it!
Everyone runs in and starts pummeling at FT. Tara, Chad, and Matt run up to the group and fight to get through them. Tara weaves into them and grabs FT, running away. Chad and Matt exchange a look, then scream in each other's faces, and they run after her.
Tomato lover! Get those tomato lovers!
The newsman stands on the street reporting.
Strays, topless dancers, nude beaches, women taking showers, good or bad. We begin a 15-part investigative report starting next Monday here on Channel 6. And let me tell you, the store.
The mob runs behind them.
What the heck? Let's get some shots of this.
The crowd runs after the trio. The cameraman turns on his light, and this gets the crowd's full attention. They turn to swarm towards the camera.
Hey, Mildred, look at me! I'm on TV!
The cameraman is still as a statue as they all try to get seen on TV, trampling the newsman. Exterior neighborhood later. The trio come around the corner, having lost the crowd.
Hey, wait up!
They come to a stop.
Where are they? I care. What is that?
FT.
FT? What's that?
It's a gerbil.
Matt grabs Tara and they keep running.
It's not a gerbil.
No shit, Sherlock. Chad runs after them, trying not to get hit by a garbage truck. Igor sits in the driver's seat, watching them go with a smile. Interior Professor Gangrene's lab.
The eyes! The eyes! Why can't I get the eyes right?
Gangrene works diligently until Igor walks in.
Every time the ears are perfect, the mouth perfect, the eyes are never right.
Professor Gangrene.
Gangrene turns, holding his Mr. Potato Head, and no, that's not a euphemism.
What?
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I found Tara.
What? Are you sure it is she?
Yes, sir. Corner of 5th and Evergreen. I was there live at the scene. You know, if I had my own minicam, I could really.
Shut up! Follow her, find out where she's living. We must get her back. We cannot afford to attract attention. Be discreet.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Igor does a weird-ass salute and runs out.
I wonder if I can remember how to do those brain transplants.
Interior Chad and Matt's apartment. Chad follows Tara out of the bedroom.
Wait, are you nuts? That's a tomato.
He's not a tomato. He's just a fuzzy little dog.
Dog? That's no dog. What dog has red fur and only 2 legs?
Well, what tomato has red fur and any legs at all?
Cut it. Save the film, strike the broads, kill the babies.
Chad and Tara relax as the cast and crew look to the director.
My friends, I'm sorry, but it looks like we're out of money for this picture. If we don't raise some bucks fast, this film's history. I'm sorry about that.
Turn in a pilot for this. Isn't there something we can do?
Don't talk to me. Ask the genius producer. He's probably in Tahiti by now.
Clooney sits between the two in his makeup chair.
Can we raise money? Cut corners somewhere?
Cut corners? You've been watching the last 2 weeks? I got 8 actors playing 64 parts. Heck, I'm playing 11 parts myself. Have you seen these special effects? Show them the special effects.
A PA holds up the matte painting of Professor Gangrene's house.
Gentlemen, ladies, we've been avoiding it, but it's the 80s. I think it's time for product placement.
Tell us more, Mr. Nescafe.
Give me this beer. Look, this generic stuff, generic, it's not going to cut it. So I say product placement. It'll work. I think you should trust me on this.
Wait, I think that's a great idea, JD.
Brand names?
Product
placement.
All right, look. Trust. It don't pay the Actors Guild. I don't have a choice right now.
Who cares about the Actors Guild?
Folks, okay. We're going to make the movie. We're going back into it. We're going to see what we can do.
In the crowd stands 3 kids labeled good, better, best.
Product placement, all right? You, back behind the camera.
Hold it.
Who are you?
I'm from the Screen Actors Guild, and according to section 7.3, subparagraph 4, line 5, anybody who speaks on this film gets paid. He just spoke on film, so $400.
SAG rep points to the PA.
No, he's not in the movie. I did not tell him to be in.
It doesn't matter. He spoke on film. In fact, I'm speaking on film. I get paid.
No.
SAG rep is trying to argue. Matt and Chad are chiming in.
No.
Anybody else talks? $400.
Nobody else say a word.
Okay.
Well, there goes that product placement money. The SAG rep turns to camera.
Roll them.
Cut to interior Finletter's later. Slate.
And Return of the Killer Tomatoes, scene 32-1, take 5, marker.
And action.
A customer approaches the counter, which now has a Pepsi and Moosehead sign hanging behind it.
How you doing?
Just fine.
What can I get for you?
I'm kind of thirsty. Wonder if you got something I could drink.
Look, tell you what, when I'm thirsty, I go out and get myself a Pepsi Cola.
Matt pulls out a Pepsi, flashing it to the camera. Wow, a Pepsi Cola.
It's the choice of a new generation.
Oh, groovy, but I'm a little hungry too.
Kind of hungry. Well, I'll tell you what, when I get a little hungry, I go out and pick myself up a Nestle Crunch Bar. Yeah, it scrunches when it crunches. Yeah.
A nice shot of that Crunch Bar. I'd heard that, but I'm also dry.
You dry.
Yeah,
You parched. Do you need a beer?
I could use a beer. Matt pulls out a bottle.
Well, how about a Moosehead?
A Moosehead
Moosehead from the north.
from the north. Matt pulls out another bottle.
Or a Foster's.
Foster's from the south.
Down under. G'day, mate.
They clink bottles. Hey, hoser. Chad enters.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Chad. How about a Crest?
Matt pulls out some toothpaste and holds it to camera.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you now.
Matt hands the toothpaste to the customer. Chad and Matt walk away and the customer turns to camera. Crest with tartar control. Matt and Chad sit at a table.
Listen, Matt, I've got a real problem with Tara.
I'll say it's the ugliest little red dog I've ever seen.
A box of cornflakes slowly raises in front of the screen, blocking the dialogue. The hand holding the box sets it on the table.
What I mean is, she's acting strange.
Buddy, she likes you.
You are no help at all, Tony.
Chad notices the box of cereal blocking his performance and angrily moves it.
Listen, there's something she isn't telling me about Gangrene and what happened up there. I gotta find out what's going on.
A large man dressed like Gaddafi enters and walks to the counter.
Good afternoon, sir. Have you any falafel?
Finletter turns around, suddenly furious.
My God, it's Muammar Gaddafi.
Finletter jumps on the counter and tackles
Ah, you cutting lunatic!
3 random cowboys enter as Finletter dives at the man again.
Oh, where's the fight at? Yeah!
A ninja flips in the room and suddenly the cowboys start fighting the ninjas. Chad pushes a ninja away from him as Matt calmly protects his face with a box of cereal. Now there are karate masters in this fight, adding to the chaos. It sounds like an Art of Sound show. Finletter is practically breaking down on top of the man he tackled, not doing any real damage at all. The mustache customer sits at the counter brushing his teeth with Crest. Chad has had enough.
All right, that's it. Everyone out. Oh, man. Party pooper.
Finletter keeps attacking the man dressed like Gaddafi.
You son of a
Uncle Wilbur.
reinforcements!
Chad pulls his uncle off the man.
God, knock it off. It isn't Gaddafi. It's Sam Smith.
Finletter looks at Sam, finally seeing through the masterful disguise.
Wilbur, it's me, your old buddy Sam. War.
Sam! Still the master of disguise. Sure had us fooled, huh, boy?
I cannot stress enough. All this motherfucker does is wear different clothes.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. You remember him in Beatlemania?
That was you? That was great!
Sam, what brings you out this way? I heard you still work for the government.
Sure do. FBI, Federal Vegetable Investigation.
Federal Vegetable Investigation.
We had a tomato activity in this sector. You fellas know anything about this?
Tomatoes? No, never seen a tomato in my life.
Come on, officer. Tomatoes are illegal. We wouldn't know anything about anything illegal, right, Chad?
Shut up, man.
No, sir.
You can believe these boys, Sam. They know what tomato activity can lead to. Tell me what you got.
Telephone calls. This woman was actually turned into a tomato.
A woman tomato?
Chad and Matt step aside, looking out the window.
I knew it.
What?
Through the blinds, Igor sits parked in his truck.
See that garbage truck over there?
Yo, what about it?
I know I've seen it before. I saw it when we found that thing Tara was chasing. The driver's following us. Or her, maybe.
I think you're imagining things.
I don't imagine garbage trucks. Besides, there's got to be some kind of reason why Tara left that place. Maybe this truck has something to do with it. Let's follow it.
You follow your own delusions. I'm staying here. Have a goobers?
Matt holds up a box of Goobers. Exterior Finletter, same time. Igor looks at the pizza shop with binoculars. His car phone rings and Igor answers.
From the front of Finletter's Pizza, just down the street from H&L Block, the tax people. This is Igor speaking from the Amalgamated Cellular Truck Phone. Amalgamated, we're number 1.
On the other end of the line, Gangrene rolls his eyes.
From the other end of your paycheck, this is your boss, you weenie! What have you found out?
Gangrene turns in his lab coat. On his lab coat, it's not a large Pepsi logo on the back.
I have the alleged boy spotted, but Tara's not with him.
Good. Follow him home after the pizza parlor closes tonight. Right now, I need more of a solution for the tomato transformation process. Immediately!
Roger that. It's a big 1040. I'll be right after this brief interruption.
Igor drives off, followed by Chad. Chad drives right behind the large garbage truck, Igor never noticing him. Igor drives to an industrial waste site. Chad hops out of his car and trips. He stumbles to his feet and runs after the truck. He hides behind a large sign reading, "Danger, hazardous waste materials." Chad ducks behind another sign. A large banner reads, "Future home of Clearwater Estates, luxury condominiums for beautiful living." This is a toxic waste dumpster. A kid sets fishing in a toxic waste. Igor pulls to a stop and walks to a large river stuff, filling several jugs with the toxic material. Chad pokes his head out of his hiding spot, and Igor looks around with his sick, perverted grin. The boy pulls a full gator skeleton out on his fishing line. Exterior Professor Gangrene's home later. The garbage truck pulls up with Chad closely behind. He slips into a hiding spot just off the driveway and looks ahead at the house. He once again trips, trying to hop out of the car. Igor hops out of the car and makes his way inside. Chad runs closer, trying to investigate. Chad hides from the sight of the tomato men as he rolls to a small side of the house.
Damn it, Igor!
Chad turns his attention to a small crack, which lets him glance into the basement. Interior lab. Gangrene works at his table as Igor enters.
Good. Put it down, okay? Don't
Gangrene
break it.
cackles and pulls another tomato from the waste.
Yes.
He places the tomato into the chamber. Electronic music is pumped into the chamber, and the tomato transforms into a tomato man, complete with a gun. Chad runs from the house in fear. Cut to interior Chad and Matt's apartment. Matt sits in a high chair eating an O. Henry bar and drinking at Foster's, both with labels towards the camera.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Smorgasbord of Sports. I'm Charlie Jones with today's live coverage of Full Contact America's Cup. Now let's take a look at some of the taped highlights of this morning's competition. Today's action pits the United States against mighty Holland. Look out!
On the screen, two yachts fight. One fires a cannon at the other.
There's a broadside that just missed the mainland. The American boat opens up full side. Score one for the good old USA. The Dutch boat is taking water.
Chad burst in, clearly out of breath.
Matt! Toxic waste! Gangrene! Tomatoes! Music! People!
Slow down there, buddy. Get a hold of yourself.
I followed that truck. Some sort of flunky for gangrene. Using toxic waste and tomatoes. It was horrible. We've got to do something. Okay. Tara! I have to tell Tara!
Matt keeps getting distracted by the TV.
Did you hear this? No wonder she ran away.
Chad runs to the bedroom and throws open the door.
Honey?
Tara sits on the bed with FT, eating plant food. Chad screams. Tara screams. Chad screams. FT screams. Ah! Tara screams again. Ah! Everyone screams. Ah! She pushes past him as she rushes from the room. Tara runs past Matt, still screaming. She runs outside. Exterior apartment, Tara runs down the stairs.
Dad, I'm sorry, Dad.
As she runs past the dumpsters, Igor pops out and grabs her. He drags Tara and FT kicking and screaming to the truck.
Let me go.
As Igor hoists her up, she drops FT. Igor jumps in the truck and they drive away. Interior apartment, Matt still watches yacht fighting.
Another broadside for the American boat. I'm trying to see the results through the smoke. I gotta tell you, this is what real sports act is all about. Just a cup, a sail, and a couple of Sidewinder missiles.
Chad walks into the room, sobbing now.
I can't believe she's a tomato.
Boy, I'll say she's a tomato. She got the best set of.
Knock it off, will you? I mean, she's really a tomato. Ketchup making the real thing. The girl of my dreams is a vegetable.
Buddy, come on, pizza man. Tomatoes, they're little red round things. You know, that's a real woman.
Chad grabs Matt's collar and shakes him furiously.
Don't you realize what's been I've been trying to tell you what I saw in Gangrene Lab. I discovered it. The key to the whole thing. Don't you see? The secret is music.
Chad is fucking screaming right in Matt's face now.
We gotta find her before she accidentally changes form. If she becomes a tomato, then Spider-Man crap. Come on!
Chad takes off, spitting Matt's chair.
Okay.
Matt stands and follows. Exterior apartment. Chad runs out. They run to the street. Chad asks anyone he can find. No one has seen anything.
Chad, come here. Come here, look at this.
Matt pulls some celery stalks out of the trash can.
I think this could be, but no?
He makes the stalks kiss.
I took a shot.
Chad tackles Matt out of break. Exterior city street later. They stop in an intersection.
All right, come on. Where do you think she's gone?
I don't know. There.
He points to the natural food store.
There. She's been there before.
An ice cream truck rolls by playing music.
Music. She'll change back.
Chad sprints off towards the store. Interior Seacoast Natural Foods. Moments later, Chad enters.
Hey, Tara.
He runs off. Matt runs up behind him.
Stop!
Matt runs after him.
What are you doing? Stop!
Chad runs into the back room, filled with illegal tomatoes.
Tara. Honey. I know you're here somewhere. Say something. Give me a sign.
Chad starts feeling all the tomatoes.
What are you guys doing? Get out of my store.
It's a fraternity initiation, alphabet of ons.
Out of here now.
I think we've got to get out of here.
Chad is tossing tomatoes aside, looking for Tara.
Hey,
He grabs a dustpan, brandishing it like a weapon.
now move it or lose it.
The shady guy comes up behind the shop owner.
Right here, over here. I got something to show you.
I'll be right back, and when I do, you guys had better be gone. Out of here.
They leave Chad and Matt alone, like normal people would.
Tara. Where are you? I'm sorry. Please speak to me.
Buddy, we got to get out of here.
I'm not leaving without her. I know she's here somewhere.
All right, look, just for the sake of argument, let's suppose she's a tomato. Let's go so far as to suppose that she's here. How are you gonna tell one tomato from another? What, are you gonna check the stems?
Then I guess we'll just have to take them all, won't we?
$50, that's too much. This one is deformed. It's a hairy.
Close your eyes.
Chad runs to the voices, seeing the shady cat trying to sell FT.
FT? Tara?
With a bellow, Chad runs forward and grabs FT and the tomato from the shady cat's hand. Rushing from the store, he tosses a few bucks over his shoulder.
Oh, come on, baby. You're safe with me now.
They run out. Interior Chad and Matt's apartment. Chad sits playing crappy piano music.
Damn it.
Travis.
This one is you, Travis.
I'm
Not
sorry.
missing any more.
Wait, we'll return our movie thriller, Frankenstein Mummy, after this brief message.
FT chitters.
I know music is what makes you change. So why is nothing working? Please speak to me. Say something.
Chad looks at the tomato, pleading.
I'm sorry I reacted that way. It was a shock. We can work this out. I just need some time. I love you as much as ever, darling. Please believe me.
And now, the exciting conclusion of Frankenstein's Mummy.
At last, I have perfected the equipment that will allow me to transform my creation into human form. And it's all right here in my own secret laboratory. Ha ha, yes. In my secret lab, I can transform this creature into a human being.
The movie figured Chad would get this by now, but he's apparently an idiot.
I said transform into human being. My secret laboratory. Laboratory, I mentioned.
Chad finally gets it.
Of course. That's it. The professor's lab! We can use his equipment to change her back to human form! Matt!
It's about time.
Chad rushes into Matt's bedroom.
Matt, buddy, get up! The professor's lab! Come on!
He shakes around in the sheets.
We'll use his equipment. I've watched him work it. We can transform her back into human form.
Chad pulls back the sheet, revealing not Matt, but a sexy woman in lingerie.
You're not Matt.
Like I said, he's an idiot. In love with a tomato after all. Matt enters.
No, buddy, no. My girl, okay? My girl. Now, listen, you want to find your girl, you go to the produce department, okay?
But Matt, I figured it out. We can bust into his lab. We'll use his equipment.
Matt hands his toothbrush to the woman.
Here, hold this. Look, I got one thing to say to you. The women of Mensa.
He holds up a Playboy magazine, and the woman in his bed is the woman on the cover.
Anyway, hey, I need you.
Come on, I need her.
Matt, I'm your best friend. I saved your life.
One time.
Twice.
2 times. It was yeah, I'll be right back.
Exterior apartment moments later. The boys suit up, pulling on leather gloves and jackets. They slip on helmets. They grip their handlebars and kick the ignition of their Honda Quad Runner, which purrs like a kid.
I'll take my quad runner.
Well, if you take your quad runner from Honda of San Diego, I'll take my quad runner.
Chad shakes his head. This is ridiculous. Matt hits him, keeping his focus.
We will each take a Honda Quad Runner from Honda of San Diego. They have excellent acceleration and superb rideability. And aren't they #1 in sales, Matt?
That's right, Chad. Not to mention great gas mileage. And did you know?
Do we have enough money to finish this turkey yet?
We pan over to see the director sitting amongst a slew of bikini girls wearing a tux, clearly enjoying the fat product placement check. Or maybe he just read that in several years. This series will be owned by Fox, which makes this a weird-ass flick a Disney movie, technically.
Yeah, sure. Give them hell, guys.
Thank you.
They slip down their helmets and ride off. Exterior Professor Gangrene's home. The matte painting has a Pepsi logo added to it. Chad and Matt ride up and pull to a stop.
Stay close.
Matt won't let go of Chad's jacket.
It's close?
No, let go of me.
Come on.
They run towards the house, avoiding the sight of the tomato man. Chad jumps on the porch behind a tomato man. Matt tosses him up a flashlight, then struggles to climb on the porch himself. Matt rolls awkwardly onto the porch, then pops up. And to think, someday this dude is going to be Batman. Chad opens one of the windows.
Help me with the window. Get in.
Matt awkwardly falls to the window.
Shh, come on, get in here. Quiet, shut up.
Chad shuts the window. Interior Professor Gangrene's home moments later. Chad wields the flashlight like a weapon, Matt holding onto his jacket.
Will you let go of me?
Chad slaps Matt's hands off of him.
Okay, now where?
I don't know. I just looked through that hole in the wall. The lab can't be too hard to find.
Green comes downstairs and there's the Hardy Boys. What are we supposed to do? Look for a sign that says laboratory?
Chad aims the flashlight behind Matt. The light finds a large sign labeled laboratory.
I can read.
Chad tries to push Matt towards the lab, but Matt's too scared. Chad leads the way. Interior lab continuous. They descend the stairs.
Hey, Matt, this looks like the place. Now if you'll just let go of me.
He slaps Matt's fearful hands off him again. Chad flips the switch and the lab lights up.
Now we're in business.
Look at this stuff.
Chad starts flipping switches.
No, wait. You know what you're doing there.
Yeah, I watched him do it. It's a piece of cake. Love him.
Matt puts on large rubber gloves.
All right, switch.
Chad flips the switch and the machine starts letting out a terrible loud sound. They flip the switch back, silence again.
You said you were doing.
Well, they all look alike.
Chad flips a different switch and nothing terrible happens.
See? Now, you take Tara.
Chad pulls the tomato from his pocket.
Carefully. And put her in that container of green liquid.
Chad kisses the tomato and hands it to Chad.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Matt crosses and dunks his hand into the waste, just leaving it submerged.
And Matt, be very careful when you're putting her in. That's toxic waste.
Matt just stares at his hand.
Toxic waste.
You're soaking in it.
Matt pulls his hand out. Chad adjusts a few nods.
That should do it. Now put her in that cylinder.
Matt crosses to the chamber and puts the tomato on the cylinder. Matt flashes Chad the A-OK sign.
Perfect. Now watch this.
Chad pulls a quarter from his pocket. Chad puts the coin into the jukebox, pushes a button, and a samba plays. The tomato flashes with light and transforms into a woman dancing with a fruit headdress on.
Who's that?
Carmen Miranda.
That's what I thought.
Something is very wrong.
Chad puts another coin in the jukebox, pushing another button. Organ music plays and Carmen Miranda turns into the Pope. Matt and Chad exchange a look and Matt awkwardly waves.
Hey, Pope.
Chad puts in another coin and a Michael Jackson tune plays. The Pope turns into Michael Jackson, Pepsi Generation Era. Another coin, another button. Action music plays and the tomato turns into Don Johnson from Miami Vice, or the cheap knockoff Delaware Vice. They change the song again, this time to something akin to a porno. The tomato changes into a sultry woman dressed in a bikini. Chad looks disappointed.
I say we stop right here.
No, it's not her.
And it never will be!
They turn and there stands Gangrene along with Igor, who holds a gun on them. Igor cackles as he walks to them, pointing the gun in Matt's face.
I'm a happy camper.
Gangrene plays Beethoven's Fifth, and the tomato returns to its original form. Gangrene crosses the chamber and pulls the tomato out.
I don't know what plans you had for this tomato, but they're over!
Gangrene squeezes and the tomato pops. Gangrene laughs maniacally. He tosses the tomato residue to the floor.
Enough of this foolishness, since you seem to be so intent on visiting my humble abode. I should make you feel welcome. Igor, show them the, guest room.
We don't have a guest room, sir. All we got is a dungeon.
Damn it, Igor. Guest room is a euphemism for dungeon. Chowderhead, must I always be literal?
Move it, boys. Go now.
Igor shoves them along before Matt stops him.
Wait, come here. You see that?
He points to the chamber.
Now, how many girls can you make with that thing? You know, like twins with really big...
Igor points the gun in his face.
Move it, twerp.
All right.
Let's go.
FT hides in the shelves, waiting for the right moment. Uh-oh. Interior Professor Gangrene's dungeon, moments later. Igor pushes the pair through the same grimy halls towards the dungeon.
Oh, nice. Look at your decorating.
Inside.
He shoves them through the door before slamming it.
Hey, wait.
You mushed my girl.
Yeah, great. All right. This is just great.
Matt keeps feeling cobwebs in his hair.
Can't you think of anything but your own comfort? You saw what that freak did to Tara.
I'm sorry, buddy. I wasn't thinking. All right, look, let's find a way out of here.
Okay.
There's a thumping in the pipes.
What's that noise?
Mice?
Big mouse.
The pipes thump again.
No! It's horrible creatures! It's a giant zucchini and man-eating artichokes!
Shut up! Look, I'll handle this.
Matt stands in front of Chad, trying to be brave. Sarah pokes her head out from the shadows.
Tara?
Dad?
Tara?
I thought you never wanted to see me again.
Thought you were ketchup.
I'm sorry I deceived you.
I'm the one who's sorry.
They start to get hot and heavy real quick until Matt shoves himself between the two.
Hey, excuse me. Look, I'm glad you're alive. I hate to break up a love scene, but I just thought that to point out that instead of 2 of us being stuck in here, now there's 3 of us stuck in here.
Good point.
Hello? Hello?
FT? FT?
She runs towards the little tomato's voice. She comes to the door and listens close.
FT? FT, is that you?
FT squeaks and tumbles down the stairs, coming to a stop at the door.
It's him.
Tim. FT, you have to tell Uncle Wilbur where we are. He can get us out of here.
It's never gonna work. He won't understand him.
Well, we could write a note.
Well, where are we going to get paper to write a note?
Oh, use a page from my script.
Oh, perfect.
Matt pulls the script from his coat and tosses a page to Chad.
Got a pen? Great, right here.
Chad takes Matt's pen and writes the note, using Tara's back like a table.
FT, listen, you have to take this note to Wilbur Finletter. You remember Wilbur Finletter? Good. Hurry, FT. You have to run as fast as your little feet will take you.
She slips the note under the door and FT runs off with the note. He gets halfway up the stairs before tumbling back down them.
Hope he makes it out before July.
Cut to exterior town later. FT rides through town on one of the boys' Honda quad runners. The quad runner hits the curb outside Finletter's and launches FT inside. Inside, FT flies across the counter and comes to a stop on the napkin dispenser. Finletter turns and sees FT with his little note.
Tomato.
Finletter picks up the fucking machete and turns it on FT.
A bit deformed, but it's a tomato, all right. Freeze! Don't you move. I got you.
Finletter ties FT to the napkin dispenser.
All right. Now talk.
FT jabbers like Courage the Cowardly God until Finletter takes the note.
What's this? I don't know how you got this, but it's Chad's handwriting, all right.
Uncle Wilbur, please do not harm this tomato. I'm a prisoner of Professor Gangrene.
Prisoner? Where's Matt?
Matt is here also. This tomato can show you where we are.
He knows I don't trust tomatoes.
Now I know you don't trust tomatoes, but trust this one for once. Signed, your nephew, Chad.
Finletter turns to FT.
All right, you red scum. This better be real or it's the blender for you. Can't do it alone. I'll need help.
Finletter picks up the phone. Interior hotel room. A blonde watches the fighting yachts.
This American team is a fired-up bunch of patriots after crushing the Portuguese fleet yesterday afternoon.
The phone rings. As the blonde picks it up, we see it's Sam Smith, Master of Disguise.
Hello?
Sam, get over here. Gonna need your help finding the Red Menace again.
Communists, huh?
Worse. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. I'll be right there.
She hangs up and runs from the room. Exterior underwater. Greg Colburn sits underwater, reading the magazine. His phone rings and he answers. Greg doesn't say anything, just pulls out a sign, reading tomatoes. Nearby, a dog lays in full scuba gear, barking in its mask. Gray holds up another sign. I'll be right over. Interior Finletters. Finletter pulls a tomato alarm, which sits under sign reading, in case of tomato attack, break glass. He pulls open his personal display case and pulls out his old uniform. Sam runs into Finletter's dressed like the Lone Ranger. Sam turns and gestures to Greg.
Come on, Greg, let's go.
The men enter. Finletter has drawn a crude plan on a chalkboard.
Welcome, men. Glad you could make it to this. This is our objective. Gangrene's place. He won't slip through some legal loophole this time.
We're behind you all the way.
And this is our insurance.
He gestures his sword towards FT, who's still all tied up.
Grab him, Sam.
The heroes exit Finletter's marching to destiny. Finletter drags an open parachute behind him, and Greg is still in his full scuba mask and gear. Interior, Professor Gangrene's lab. Gangrene spins a globe.
World domination, boys. World domination.
Slaps the globe to a stop.
I will be satisfied with nothing less.
Chad and Matt are locked in the chamber.
You'll never get away with this, you slime. Crime doesn't pay.
Yeah, ditto.
Really, boys, save the melodramatics for your mother. I'm sorry, for your acting classes. Of course crime pays. This is real life. This isn't some game.
He crosses in front of a scoreboard as Igor holds Tara hostage.
We're on to you, Gangrene. We know all about your tomato people. You're finished.
Don't make me laugh. No, don't really. Your feeble plan to stop me has failed, Finletter. You think this is all there is? No, my dear boy. There is much, much more. As you've seen, my tomatoes can be made to resemble anyone. The chief of police, a congressman, the president himself, with my scientific genius and Jim Richardson's political savvy. We will not fall again, or fail again. Come, Igor.
Gangrene crosses to Igor and Tara.
We must get to the prison on time. If the garbage truck doesn't make its regular schedule, it will arouse suspicion. Now, you will place the tomatoes on the truck. Damn it, Igor! Have you placed the tomatoes on the truck?
Well?
Yes.
Have you placed the tomatoes on the truck?
I missed my spot. Okay, ready. We're loaded, ready to roll, Professor.
Good. So long, boys.
Wait, what about Tara?
You forget? She is my creation. I made her for my needs, and it is my needs that she serves. You wouldn't believe what she can do with 6 milk bottles and a tuning fork.
You rat!
Chad dives at the glass, which bounces him away soundly.
Calm down, Mr. Finletter. In just 10 minutes, you'll be a tomato.
Gangrene hits a button on the wall and 10 minutes countdowns on the scoreboard.
Don't worry about it. It's not so bad. After all, you could have been a rutabaga.
Igor cackles wildly.
I knew he wouldn't. No, I'll do the laughing if you please.
Igor hustles Tara out of the room.
See you in salsa.
Gangrene cackles evilly. Exterior Professor Gangrene's home. The garbage truck rides.
To the prison, Igor!
Interior lab. Chad bustles, desperate to get out of the chamber.
God, he's got her!
Exterior home. The quad runners pull into their usual parking spots. Finletter hops off, followed by Sam, Greg, and FT.
Guards.
Damn, we need a distraction.
FT shakes free from his bindings and runs towards the house.
That little fink!
Oops.
The tomato men notice FT running across the lawn and take off after with a growl.
There's our diversion men.
The tomato men dive after FT.
Huh. What do you know about that?
A regular tonto.
Let's go, then!
They run inside, trying not to trip over Finletter's dragging parachute.
Quiet, men.
Finletter trips all over his parachute as they struggle to get inside. Inside the lab, Chad and Matt struggle against the chamber as the time hits. Inside the home, Finletter walks through with his guys.
So where are they? This place must have 50 rooms. It's big.
We'll have to spread out. If you hear anything at all, use the secret call.
The secret call. Yeah.
Greg nods in agreement and they split up. In the kitchen, Finletter pulls open the fridge to find 2 bottles of ketchup, much to his horror. He shatters them. Sam draws close to the china cabinet. He pulls open the door and a blinding light pours out. He covers his eyes. Through the door, he can see the Great Wall of China. Sam closes the door. Finletter stands in what is clearly Igor's room, the walls covered with framed posters of newscasters. Inside the lab, Chad and Matt look fearfully at the timer. Upstairs, Finletter sees a reflection of himself in a mirror and gets spooked. He grabs the teddy bear accidentally.
Mommy, 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 mommy.
Finletter tries to stifle the teddy, but it won't shut up.
Will you be my friend? Help! Help! PCA!
The teddy won't shut up, and the team goes on alert.
Later. Hey, stop! Robinson. Dead. He's dead, Jim.
Finally, the teddy dies. Finletter sighs. Upstairs, Greg happily finds a tub and falls into it. Inside the lab, 1 minute to go. Chad is freaking out, and Matt looks resigned to his fate. Upstairs, Finletter finds the sign pointing to the laboratory.
Laboratory.
Finletter blows a duck call.
The secret call. Hi-ho, Silver, away!
Inside the lab, moments later, Finletter enters with 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh, Uncle! Chad! The timer!
The timer!
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 Finletter finally notices the time and runs towards it, tripping over his parachute once again.
Get up!
Get up!
Get up!
Finletter reaches up, barely missing the button.
Will you get up?
Up!
Finletter continues struggling.
Time out! Time out!
A referee calls timeout. The score reads, good guys 0, forces of evil and anarchy 6. The timer stops with 3 seconds remaining. Everyone stops to collect themselves a moment.
Nice move.
Thank you.
Nah, we have to go over. We only have a few seconds left.
That was our last time out!
The ref blows the whistle and the timer begins again. Finletter catches it right as it hits 1 second remaining. And with that, the good guys make 7 points, putting them in the lead. Chad and Matt hug happily. Matt grabs Chad's head and kisses it, happy to be alive.
Let go of me.
Hang on, Wilbur. We're coming.
They come downstairs and see Finletter, still tangled up with his parachute over his head.
Ah, ghost!
Parachute finally comes off his head.
Wilbur!
We get the door.
The door!
Finletter opens the chamber.
The door!
Everyone hugs.
Tara! We have to get to the prison and save Tara! Come on, let's go! Let's go! Go! Let's go!
Everyone rushes out but Matt, who tries to put a tomato back in the chamber.
Let's go!
Will you come on, Matt?
Chad pulls Matt from the chamber.
No, no, put the blonde there!
No!
I'm so alone! I'll be back!
Exterior Professor Gangrene's home. FT runs along the porch, distracting the tomato men. They fire off shots after FT. Our heroes rush from the front doors.
Follow me, men. To the prison.
Gotta get to the prison.
Come on, everybody.
Gotta get to the prison. Come on, everybody.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Matt tumbles into the bushes.
Will you get up?
They all rush to the quad runners and hop on.
FT? Where's FT? Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
FT runs towards them.
FT.
FT falls from a tree and lands on Chad's head.
Hang on, Fuzzball.
Exterior prison later. The garbage truck pulls up to the gate with kidnapping victim on board tag on the windshield.
Here, here.
Gangrene opens the door and jumps out with Tara.
No!
They run towards the entrance. Gangrene points to a line in front of the doors.
All right, right here. Right here. Hurry, hurry.
Igor pulls out a few tomatoes and starts lining them up in front of the door.
No!
Quickly, go. Don't lose them now.
Gangrene pulls out a tape recorder. Tara covers her ears as Gangrene plays military music, turning all the tomatoes in front of them into buff tomato men.
Open the door.
The tomato men growl and charge at the door. The quad runners approach the gates.
Sam, get the gate. Open it up.
Sam hops off his quad runner and grabs the gate, trying to force it open.
Okay.
Hurry, Sam.
The gate slowly opens. The tomato men force open their door as Sam finishes with the gate. They ride towards the tomato men. The guards, confused at the break-in, Tomato Men rush the doors, followed by Gangrene, who looks back with a grin. He runs inside after his creation. The quad runners pull to a stop and our heroes jump off.
Okay, FT, you stay here and guard the bikes. Matt, you come with me.
I'll guard the bikes.
FT's guarding the bikes.
I'll watch FT.
You're coming with me.
Coming with you.
Let's go.
They rush inside, leaving FT behind with the Hana quad runners. Interior prison. The Tomato Men high march through the halls with Gangrene, Tara, and Igor behind. The heroes come through the door at the end of the hall.
Come on. I'll guard the flank. You go ahead.
They run ahead and find themselves stopped by a line of Tomato Men. They aim their guns at Gangrene as Gangrene releases Jim Richardson from his cell, and Richardson chuckles.
Ready?
The Tomato Men aim and growl. Sam aims his dual pistols.
Aim.
Everyone aims. FT sneaks into the room behind them.
No!
FT looks up at the light switch. FT jumps.
Fire!
The lights go out. Gunshots ring out. The lights come back on, and Richardson chuckles, but then his eyes sink. Gangrene looks down and sees all his shoulders have beep shot back to tomatoes on the floor.
Tomatoes?
Tara elbows Igor, freeing herself from his grip.
George!
The villains run as our heroes give chase.
Let's get 'em!
Finletter gets dragged by his parachute a bit as everyone tries not to slip on the tomatoes.
Tara!
Greg tackles Jim Richardson to the ground. The chase is on. Richardson flails on the ground with Greg.
I will not be mocked any longer. I was a star in the first film. How dare you give me 2 lousy lines in this picture?
Let's go!
I want my agent. I want my publicist.
Finletter cracks him over the head with his gun, knocking him out. Tara is grabbed once again by Igor.
No, please.
Gangrene cackles. Sam stands over Richardson.
Really bad.
Oh, really badass.
Let's go, men!
Greg is stuck on Richardson as the rest run off. Chad and Matt come to a stop at the gas chamber where Gangrene has Tara trapped.
Don't move, or she gets it.
Gangrene handles the switch.
It'll take more than that to scare me.
How about this hand grenade?
Igor crackles and pulls the pin, still holding the grenade.
Do it, yeah.
A phone rings next to Gangrene. It's really distracting and ruining the dramatic tension. Eventually, Gangrene picks up the phone.
Hello? No, I don't want the secret word for today.
Interior Tuesday night movie. Bob Downs stands with a bingo cage. You have 10 seconds. Interior prison. Professor Gangrene looks exasperated.
I said I don't know the...
Cheers and applause. Streamers and balloons fall from the ceiling. Winner, winner, winner. In the chaos, Finletter and Sam rush in to tackle Gangrene and Igor. FT is even trying to help amidst all the confetti falling.
You notice how everything we set up in the first reel pays off in the last? Pretty swift, huh?
Not everything.
The dough Matt tossed up in this intro finally comes down on his head.
Everything.
In the scuffle, the grenade hits the ground and Greg holds up his card. Grenade! Sam notices it too.
A grenade!
FT sees it and jumps on the grenade. Seconds before it explodes, Gangrene flips the switch and the chamber holding Tara fills with poison gas. Gangrene cackles as Finletter pulls him away. Chad throws himself at the door, trying to pull it open.
No, come on. Look, nobody can survive that gas. Look, listen to me. There's nothing you can do.
Chad watches Tara fall from his view, then throw her hand up like 2 or 3 more times, Titanic style. Chad follows her hand to the ground. Matt walks to a button labeled "Press button to remove gas and make it safe to enter." He presses it and the light above the door goes off.
Sorry, buddy.
He gives his friend a hug. The door to the gas chamber opens and out walks Tara. She embraces Chad.
Tara, I don't understand. How are you alive?
You forget, I'm not human.
I don't care what you are, as long as we're together.
And you'd better get used to her and your salads.
Gangrene pulls out his tape recorder and plays Beethoven, but strangely it does nothing to Tara.
Okay, wait, you're supposed to be a tomato. What happened?
Zounds! You should have known it. Once you've been gassed, you'll never be a real tomato again.
You mean I'm human permanently?
Tweet.
Cat and Tara kiss.
FBI, take these men away.
No prison on earth can hold me, Tara. Tomorrow is another day.
Does this mean we'll be on the news tonight?
Oh, cut that out.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Yeah.
Three old friends share a joint high five. Matt runs to them and hold out their hand below them.
Right here, guys. Yes.
They slap hands and celebrate.
Where's FT?
They realize that FT got exploded.
I've ever seen a vegetable do.
Yeah.
Maybe tomatoes can be of some good after all.
Beneath some debris in the corner, FT awakens. Tara lifts the debris off him and lifts FT.
FT's all right.
FT's alive.
He's all right. Hey, guys, it's the press. It's all right. Hey, all right. I was not alone.
The reporters rush right past Matt, ignoring him completely.
I want to thank you. Mostly me, but I jumped in the window and I was.
How did you stop this terrible plan?
Wait, is it true you wear women's underwear?
Wrong man! Wrong man! There's your hero. That little fella that saved the day.
Finletter pushes through the reporters and points. Matt waves.
Right there. Right there.
The reporters run past him again and swarm Tara and FT. Exterior town center. Everyone cheers. Welcome heroes is printed on the large banner. Everyone is happy to be rid of the evil tomato menace. FT wears a Pepsi hat and signs autographs.
Isn't he the cutest thing, Daddy? Daddy, buy me an FT doll. Please, Daddy. Daddy.
Baghdad.
Why? Of course, dear. Who wouldn't want one of these cute little dolls? They're a perfect gift for any boy or girl, and they're on sale in the lobby of this theater. If not, ask your favorite toy or department store. Don't let your child be left out. Christmas isn't very far away.
The father hands his little girl a stuffed FT plushie.
I love you, FT.
She kisses the doll. Several kids nearby mob a seller of FT dolls.
I want an FT. I want an FT.
The whole crowd cheers for FT. Models present the Finletter look. At the far side of the crowd, Chad smiles and kisses Tara. He loads her into a Jeep. Tara looks to camera, takes a big bite of toast, and winks to camera as they drive off. Chad waves to the crowd as they pass.
A fine couple.
Yeah.
Have you seen Matt?
He said he was going back to destroy that transformation equipment.
Good idea. He's a fine boy, too.
Yeah.
Cut to a beach. Bikini girls rush towards the water. Matt has clearly been busy with that machine.
Like poetry in motion, like a perfect wave.
Matt stands with them holding a tomato in one hand and a former tomatoed buxom blonde in the other. He looks very pleased with himself.
Gonna ride with the wind, spend the money and save, cause summer's here and they got nothing to do but get my rocks off.
When those big-breasted girls go to the beach.
Title card flashes on screen. Big-breasted tomatoes go to the beach and take their tops off. The credits begin rolling for a microsecond. Exterior porch. A stern old lady sits there.
Hold it right there. Where do you think you're going? My son and a lot of other people have worked hard on this movie. You sit right there and watch the credits.
Take their tops off.
Ooh, those California girls that just love the best. They got an even tan all over their chests. I'll be California dreaming till the sun goes down. I get around, get around, I get around. Those Southern girls, how they hypnotize, got the cutest way of talking, and I like their eyes. But those New York girls, you gotta see them driving with their tops down. When those big-breasted girls go to the beach and take their tops off, ooh, those big-breasted girls go to the beach. And I love to see her swaying. Ooh, she got a rhythm of her own. Someday soon, if I keep praying, she might now see how I've grown. Might be fine, and it won't be fine. Now summer's gone, but she's on my mind. After one night's kiss, I had to leave her behind. So it's back to school, if only I can get me through it.
The credits continue rolling. Well, what do you think of that one, Sid?
That had to be one of the worst movies I ever saw.
But it's all part of the business, running turkeys like that.
Listen, Bob, when can we show big-breasted women go to the beach and take their tops off again?
I'd like that. Let's do that tomorrow.
All right. Who let those carrots in here?
Hey, you carrots, get off the stage.
Hey, wait a minute, you guys can't come in here.
Look, don't. What? Don't point that at me. No, no. Gunshots ring out over the last of the credits. Interior Tuesday night movie. Bob and Sid lie dead, gunned down. Two man-sized buff carrots step into frame with large machine guns.
There will be no movie tomorrow.
See you in France.
Fade to black. The end?
And that is just some killer tomatoes. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one.